Hey guys, it is me, Tanya, founder of the T&G Designs Group Limited. I hope you're all keeping safe and well. Now, in today's video, we're going to be talking about why is a brand identity important. Why is brand identity important? It is super important, absolutely. You're going to be finding out exactly why in just a moment. But before you get stuck into this video, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Hit that little ding bell so you do not miss out on any videos that I go ahead and upload. And as always, stick around to the very end because I've got a super cool gift to be able to share with you for sure. So folks, without further ado, let's get stuck into this. So, as I said, we're going to be talking about the idea of why brand identity is important. And yes, it's important. Actually, you probably should insert the word super important, right? Because as business owners, as entrepreneurs, we want to make sure that, you know what, we are stepping out from that competition. And that's actually the number one thing you need to make sure that you do. Step out from the competition, right? Because if you don't have a brand identity, then how is everybody else going to know exactly who you are? How is everybody going to know that, you know what, with the idea of you stepping out from the competition, who do I need to speak to, right? And that leads me nicely actually onto the next part. And it's understanding that, you know what is the reason why people should come to you in the first place? With your brand identity, you get to help others to establish why they need to come to you in the first place. Again, it helps to set you out as that expert. It helps you to stand above your competition, to be known as that go-to person within the industry, to be known as that go-to person, especially with the information, with the values, with the ideas as to how they can actually help you. So you can actually help them. That part, right? Let me get my words out, right? Oh my goodness. So the next part, number three, the number three thing you want to make sure that they do and why you need a brand identity, or equally why brand identity is actually important, is because you need something to drive your marketing to, right? If you don't understand what your brand identity is in the first place, and again, this kind of goes back to your brand power 3, how you actually constructed it in the first place, you need something to drive your marketing to. Right? And remember, marketing and branding are two completely separate things. However, they do work hand in hand together. Now, it's all well and good you putting out a whole bunch of words to the masses, right? Especially if you're using paid ads, whatever that may be for yourself. You've got to understand what is that language that you're actually using, because if you don't understand what your brand identity is, you're not going to understand the language that you actually need to insert within your marketing. You're not going to understand what is that platform that you want to make sure that your marketing drives your audience to. That's super important. And the number 4 thing, this part. Now, if you do not understand what your brand identity is, you will not know who to talk to. Because again, remember I talked about the idea of brand power 3. When you understand that, you understand what you're coloring, your fonts and all that kind of stuff, but equally you understand who your audience should be as well, right? You need to know who you're talking to. And we're not trying to talk to the world here, folks. As much as obviously we want to eventually grow our business, we want to make sure that we do have a further reach. However, we are speaking to specific people. We're speaking to specific people who actually resonate with what our brand is about. So when you understand why your brand identity is important, knowing how and who to talk to is going to start elevating you as that go-to expert once again, because that's what we're trying to do. And make sure that we're positioning ourselves in the right kind of a way. When you start positioning yourself, you start stepping up above that competition. When you start positioning yourself, you start making sure that you're reaching out to the right people and talking to exactly who you actually want to be talking to. And that leads me nicely onto this last point. The idea of when you know exactly who you want to be talking to, you then know exactly how you can help them. That part, how you can help them. Because I bet, and I don't know about you folks, but it frustrates the hell out of me when I know about it as well. My business, my industry, let's say there's a whole lot of branding experts, there's a whole lot of branding specialists, and what makes me different compared to a lot of them, or to most of them, let's say that. I know there's some cool people in this game, right? But what makes me different to those who I wouldn't necessarily call experts, those who I wouldn't necessarily call specialists, right? What makes me different is the idea that I'm actually here to listen and I'm actually here to help. Those key parts right there. How are you actually going to be helping them exactly? If you know what your brand identity is about, and if you understood why your brand identity is important, this next part, knowing exactly how you can help them, is super game changing. And when I can tell you folks what I mean by that, in the sense where you know exactly what you need to say, you know exactly how you can help them, and you know exactly how you can make sure that they move from A to B to C to D to beyond to the whole full alphabet, right? You know that branded experience that you can take them on, and you know exactly what you can do to make sure that you get them out of that pain area and make sure that they head in the direction that is going to be elevating them, taking them to that next level. So think about that, folks. So all those reasons for why your brand identity is important, tap into each and every one of them, understand them and know what they are for yourself. If perhaps you're not ticking off a couple of those boxes, make sure you go back and do, right? You know the information now, so go ahead and implement it and make sure that you can help each and every one of those customers or clients or prospects that actually come to you. So there we have it, folks. I'm going to leave it there. Please go ahead and share this video as well. As always, make sure that you go ahead and like and subscribe to my channel. Make sure you hit that little ding bell. And here it is. It's my gift from me to you. So it's 6 principles to understand how you can make sure that your brand starts elevating in the best kind of a way and starts getting noticed, starts making those better connections, and actually have people come to you rather than you start seeking them out, right? Check it out and go ahead and use each and every one of those principles, because it's going to help to elevate you in the best possible kind of way. So folks, I'm going to leave it there. Remember to like and subscribe to my channel, and folks, I will see you on the other side.